So I know what you're all thinking. Arrow guy, you have been away for over 5 months, you show up and it's about Cyberpunk? That doesn't have anything to do with your channel. Well, it's just that every day I open up YouTube nowadays, I'm bombarded with Cyberpunk videos of people talking about how buggy this game is. All of my favorite content creators can't seem to let go and move on to other games, because let's face it, this is one of the biggest game releases for a very long time, and people want to take advantage of the situation and ride the waves of what's trending right now. Me included.
Oh, let me get in on that!
Cyberpunk is the kind of game many have been waiting for. It's been in development for so many years. There's been unprecedented amount of hype surrounding this title, and now that it's here...
Oh, hell no, I'm out of here.
You keep your contract.
Yeah, it's unplayable for many of us, and that's part of the reason why I really wanted to step in and make a video to give my take on the whole situation. After all, I paid full price and I can't even enjoy the damn thing, so it is only natural that I want to voice my opinion and let everyone know what I think about CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk. I know that I make videos about adult games and that's what you are all accustomed to by now, but I'm really disappointed in the direction mainstream AAA games have come to. I don't play just adult games all the time, I game on consoles as well. I bought Cyberpunk for Xbox One X on launch day without watching any reviews because I wanted to experience this game in its most raw form, not knowing anything about the story or gameplay beyond the official trailers. Yeah, I was part of the hype, but I'm not the type of person to do something like that for just any game. There's been only one game like that before in my entire history of gaming, and that's Fatal Frame 5, Maiden of Black Water, my most favorite horror game of all time.
Jimmy, you're thinking with your dick.
I am not thinking with my dick.
Yes, you are.
No, I just think that
Put
she's
your dick away.
she's an emotional,
Jim?
interesting, caring girl.
Jimmy, that's your dick talking.
I went in completely dark, and it ended up being one of the most thrilling gaming experiences I have ever had, mainly because the experience was my very own. Nobody had told me what to expect and what to think about it. There's just something magical about experiencing a good video game without having other people's opinions clouding your own judgment. I wanted to experience just that with Cyberpunk. But Cyberpunk is a special case unlike anything I have ever seen before. Yeah, I've seen Bethesda launching broken games all the time, but even those games cannot hope to hold a candle for the amount of bugs and how broken Cyberpunk is. I don't have the means to record my own gameplay on consoles, so you just have to trust me when I say that I literally could not play for more than a couple of minutes at a time without witnessing a bug or a glitch or texture rendering problem. Anything I tried to do in this game, it just felt like the game was waiting for a moment to show me a new way how it could break itself. Even people on PC and next-gen consoles like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, I've seen plenty of them reporting about numerous game-breaking bugs. The solution is not as simple as playing on powerful PC or next-gen consoles because even those seem to have their own problems. I've also seen some making the argument online saying that people should have watched reviews before buying the game day one. But should it really be customers' duty and burden to make sure that the product is playable before making a purchasing decision? Or should the company make sure of that? I ask a dumb question like this because that's exactly where we are in today's world of gaming. It has become such a norm for AAA companies to release unfinished broken products that even CD Projekt thinks it's okay to release a game in such a state as Cyberpunk and get away with it by stating the old line, "We fix it later."
Of course! The solution was flex tape!
Imagine if any other company outside of video games did something like this. They would be gone the next day, but not video game companies. No, they enjoy a special kind of treatment in the eyes of consumers. Yeah, there are actually people who defend this kind of behavior, people who paid for a broken product and make light of the situation because they believe things will get better eventually with patches. The problem is not whether a broken game will be patched or not, the problem is that you were sold a broken product on purpose. The company was fully aware of what they did. This is not just one or a few defective products by accident. The company sold you something that was unfinished and broken just to get your money sooner rather than later. This is downright criminal behavior, yet it is deemed something that is normal and okay thing to do because that's just how AAA companies operate nowadays. CD Projekt might have made Witcher 3 that is considered as one of the best games of all time by many, and yeah, that game was also released riddled with bugs. I'm not trying to say that bugs should not be allowed to exist in video games, every game has them, but anyone can understand where the line is drawn. This is not a free-to-play title, this is something that you pay a lot of money for, therefore it has to meet a certain level of quality. However, that's a consumer satisfaction matter. Even before that, it has to be expected to work, otherwise you can't sell the product. That's just common sense and enforced by laws that are there to protect consumers. Politicians are just now starting to wake up to fight against loot boxes and predatory microtransactions in video games, and even though I have my own opinion about this best saved for another day, I feel like the real issue with video games today is that companies are getting away selling broken products with cheap promises of fixing them later. You do not expect to buy a car and wait for the company to first fix it for you before you can drive it normal. Why is that video games get special treatment on this part? It warms my heart to see how big of a mess this has become for CD Projekt, with many major platforms now starting to offer refunds for customers and even Sony pulling the digital version out from their store. There is even talk about major lawsuits against CD Projekt, and I really hope to see them happen and people getting justice for what can only be described as a scam pulled by the company. I tried the game myself and I was one of the many who could not enjoy it because the game was clearly not working right. I can handle some bugs here and there, but I'm mainly pissed because I was marketed a completely different experience by CD Projekt. I was sold a lie, and them telling the game will be fixed eventually is not going to cut it for me. I know if I'm not satisfied with the product, I can just return the game and get my money back, but it does not matter whether I think if the game is good or not. It matters and I care that I was lied to. I was sold a broken product on purpose. The crazy part about this is that I really don't see that many other content creators tackling this issue. Everyone are talking about that while they are disappointed just like I am, at least there's going to be a patch that eventually redeems CD Projekt. Like that's the thing people should be most worried about. There used to be a time when people expected video games to be a full experience when bought. Now we play games with original content cut out for DLCs. There used to be a time when we did not have to deal with microtransactions for single-player games sold on full AAA price, and now they are called boosters for those who don't have much time to play video games, but in truth, they damage the overall experience for everyone because they are built in a way to make them enticing by punishing normal play without them. And now, with CD Projekt having betrayed our trust, there used to be a time when people could buy a game on launch day and expect it to work. Yeah, I know there were other companies who did that far before CD Projekt, but CD Projekt were supposed to be the good guys in the world of video games, the ones that you could trust your money on and not get majorly screwed over. They built their reputation for years, and there was a really good reason why so many were willing to pre-order this game, to a point that CD Projekt made all their money back on day one. You don't pull numbers like that without consumer loyalty and trust to your brand. CD Projekt had that, and yet they were foolish enough to throw it all away for a single major video game release that could have been a celebrated product had they just delayed a little longer to polish out the bugs. At least the major ones, if nothing else. I know there are many speculations and statements made already about why they chose to release the game broken. Pressure from the fans, pressure from the investors, gotta get that game to shelves before Christmas. I've heard them all by now, and I really do not care what the reason was for them. At the end of the day, it was their own decision to release the game unfinished and to make it for old-gen consoles despite them clearly being unable to handle it. I know some of you want to find an excuse to make CD Projekt look innocent in all this. Believe me, I also would like to see them as the good guys. CD Projekt really was a company that I looked up to, a company that made quality products and pro-consumer moves almost all the time. I really cannot believe they were stupid enough to be so greedy like this and ruin the golden reputation they had built for years. Even when and if they will patch the game to a playable state, I don't think there is anything they can do to win back people's trust. They will forever be remembered as just another scummy AAA company that deceived their audience and fans by selling an unfinished broken product. That's not something people will forget. I'm just really disappointed in CD Projekt. With Bethesda and other scummy companies out there, I'm used to shit like this by now. I don't support many of their products anymore because I know better not to expect anything good from them. But CD Projekt is a first-time offender in my eyes, and it's a great shame for me to see another AAA company lose my trust. I used to enjoy getting hyped over video games, but nowadays it feels like no matter what kind of amazing looking game is shown to me, I just can't find the reason to get excited before the game is released because there are so many reasons now why games can fail, and the worst offender in these reasons is the possibility that the game might not even be in playable state when it comes out. I believe I will eventually get to play and enjoy Cyberpunk, and I do think that deep within behind all the bugs, it is a good game. But this is not what I want to become a new norm. CD Projekt should have never released the game in the state it is right now, and I believe they should be held responsible and as an example for the rest out there. Otherwise, we start to see more and more companies following their example. The release it now, fix it later mentality has already taken its roots in live service games, and now it seems that they are becoming a thing in single player games as well. That's really all I wanted to say about this whole messy situation. You won't be seeing more videos of Cyberpunk from me because now that I have said what I wanted to say about it, I want to get back to making my regular content. Now if you are new here on my channel and this is literally the first video you bumped into, you might be shocked to realize what my channel is really all about. I normally make news and reviews of adult games, and if those are not your thing, that's totally understandable. This is literally my first video I have made about anything else other than hentai. But in case you are interested in adult gaming, you should know that outside of YouTube I run my own website where you can enjoy my content fully uncensored. I upload new content there way more often than here on YouTube, so I truly encourage you to check it out. Due to YouTube guidelines, I cannot give you direct links to pornographic sites, but you can easily find it by visiting my Twitter or Patreon page. For those not so new here, I want to apologize my silent treatment for the past 5 months. If you are interested to know where I have been all this time, you can read about it from my website on the blog post named November News 2020. I have come back now and will continue to make new videos, but things will be different this time around. I'll save it for another video to update you with. Now before I go, I have noticed that the channel has reached its first 1000 subscribers, which is a milestone worth to celebrate. Again, something for another video. I just want to thank you all for helping me get this far. YouTube really is not a platform for my kind of content, and that's why I got the website, something you should bookmark in case this channel disappears one day. You know, YouTube is pretty unpredictable on that part, but I will try to run the show here for as long as I can. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.